My throat. I apologize. Allergies. Hello, and welcome to episode 47 of the Cooler Guild. I am Coop Cooper, and joined with me, as always, is my co-host, Van Crisp.
Hello.
We are recording on Wednesday, September 17th, 2025. On today's episode, we'll be getting into the Reigns two-day match versus Louisville, Racing Louisville, that is. Looking at some other NWSL results and previewing the Reigns next match, and also going over our usual Cooler Guild segments. But first, some housekeeping.
The Cooler Guild is part of the Sounder at Heart podcast network. You can either listen to us on our public feed, or if you're a Sounder at Heart subscriber, on the private unified feed with the other podcasts on the network. If you'd like to become a subscriber, please do. Just visit our page at sounderatheart.com/the Cooler Guild. New subscribers get 10% off the normal rate, and you'll help support everything we're doing.
Sweet. You get up to anything fun recently?
I've been in Seattle twice.
Yeah, I was asked why were you in Seattle besides for the but didn't you go there for something else recently?
No.
I thought like the week before you went to Seattle for something.
No.
I feel like you said I was in Seattle or something like that. You went to a bar?
No. Are you thinking of someone else?
No, definitely not. I feel like you were out in Seattle somewhere, not during a rain game.
I haven't gone to a bar in Seattle in a while.
I don't know.
No,
Maybe
I was telling you about a bar. I was telling you about the Malort bar.
I remember you telling me about that bar. I didn't think you were at it, so I must have just had a really weird dream.
Oh my god, hold on. I forgot there was no screen on this window and it was open and Van Jr. was in here and he's just been on the roof for...
Oh no. I'll pause it.
Okay. I forgot I let him in here.
Well, now that Van's gotten her cat off the roof.
Weird week.
Yeah. Sounds like it. Sorry, I've got allergies like all in my throat. It's really been annoying.
Yeah, no, just been in Seattle 2 days, which I just go to the stadium and then I leave. I did stop at Dick's yesterday on the way home.
Ugh. They don't do veggie patties yet.
No.
So I'm out on that.
What about
the
you?
Fries are decent. What about me? I don't know. I had D&D this week. I ordered my mini and that came. Well, I got a guy in town to print my little mini and I gotta go have a little painting party with my dungeon master. We did go mountain biking today because Alex has to work Saturdays once a month now, so she had today off instead. And so we went mountain biking and we went down to like dip in the water because it was actually kind of warm. And there's like these 3 geese just like kind of near us, but then they started coming towards us. And like we had our dog with us, so it was like very strange behavior. Like I was like, they must be someone's pet geese, like at one of these houses that just
because they weren't like scared of your dogs.
Not at all. We just had Dana, but she was like, eyes like a hawk because she's like part border collie, just like fixated on these fucking geese. And one of them had like an orange like beak.
Oh, so they were like different breeds.
Well, 2 of them look like the standard kind of geese we see around here. They seem to maybe a little bit smaller. But then a 4th one joined, and that one also had the same orange beak and had like a super fluffy tail. But like they kept just coming straight at us. Like I have a photo.
Are you scared
of
geese?
I mean, the last time I was this close to a goose was when I got bit as a child because I ran out of bread. So I mean, I'm not like super. These geese, like they didn't have like a bad energy about them when they came towards us, so I felt like fine. But it was just like really, really weird how close they were getting to us. And Dana like kept trying to throw a rock to get them to like go away, and they didn't care. They just kept coming closer and closer and closer. Like there's me and the geese. It's hard not to get out with the glare, but like they're like literally like 2 feet away, maybe a foot.
They look like they're just chilling.
They were having a great time. It seemed really nice. I got to like see them like flip up with their like little geese butts up in the air and stuff. It was like really unexpected little way to end our bike ride, but it was nice. Yeah. Anyways, we do have something really great to go over, and it's a dub. The Rain have finally won. It's been a while. It was a very welcome result. It took a long time to get it, both in the sense
a weird
of how long,
circumstance.
Yeah, both in how long it's been since our last win, and also because of everything that happened. So, just a general note about the game, kind of a I don't know if it was like a super shock of news, just because Latsko's kind of, I don't know, I haven't seen any updates about her like getting back with the team or anything like that, and like she's such a great player for us. And so we both have always really enjoyed on the field, but there's been like no real updates about her return. But yeah, she's retiring from the sport at the end of the season to go pursue a law degree, which checks out.
Yeah, and I was reading a little bit more from her article on the Rain website, just talking about how her stuff with the Players Association and the whole union side of soccer and all of that really made her want to pursue that more.
Good for her. They need people like that who, you know, have experienced it and have the brains to kind of look out for the players on legal levels.
Yeah.
So
But she will be sorely missed.
For sure.
Though I did notice, as far as a ongoing Let's Go legacy,
Yeah.
that I think the newest Let's Go energy on the team is definitely Emery Adames.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Just that total chaos, like,
Yeah. Make shit happen when
yeah,
there's not much much there kind of stuff.
totally
Yeah.
different players, but I kind of get the same thing, you know, when you get somebody on the field who just wants to make stuff happen. And that's that's how I always felt about Let's Go.
I mean, like, there was always a possibility of a goal happening when she's on the field.
Mhm.
She was super clutch too in the playoffs that one season. So was that 2 years ago?
Yeah.
Yeah. So she'll be missed for sure. Hopefully she'll be around though. Yeah. Kind of a weird game. Do we want to do notable stats before we go into like the kind of what happened? Claudia Dickey is now just one match away from tying Valentos Joyce on clean sheets for the Reign. She's on 12 shutouts right now. So I imagine she'll have that maybe hopefully broken by the end of the season, but I'm sure she'll at least be tied with it.
Tied with it next week.
Yeah. Well, we'll see. It's going to be a tough one.
Yeah.
That'd be a fun one to get that on though.
But yeah, what a cool stat.
Yeah.
I mean, she's played so well this season. The
did
growth,
you see that coming last year?
I'm the last person that saw that coming. And it was literally like people were yelling it in my face. People that knew more than me. People that knew more than me were yelling it in my face. And I was just like, I got blinders on. I just don't see it.
Yeah.
But no, I'm so happy for her. And that's all I wanted was for her to get better and to have more clutch performances. And she's done that.
Yeah. The other notable set I put down was that the Reign have only lost 2 of their last 10 matches. Have we won a lot of those? No, but
I wish we had more points to show for it, really, is what it is.
But like, I mean, losing's never good. So
no.
And like, I was looking at like how many teams they've lost to, because I think we have 6 losses and we lost twice to the Spirit, and then, you know, kind of just some one-off ones. One was like definitely a poor performance, the one against Angel City.
Are we the only team that's beaten Kansas City?
They've lost twice.
Okay.
I don't know who the other team was that beat them, because we were the last team that beat them. I know that.
They must have lost earlier in the season.
But yeah, I don't remember who the other team is, and I'm not going to look it up.
Yes.
Because at this point, it doesn't really matter. They're just on a fucking tear, and they seem unstoppable. So, all right. So let's get into kind of the weirdness that was this match.
Yeah, so before even the weirdness, there was a change in the starting lineup for the Reign. Well, there's a couple, but the big one, which is something that we talked about last week that we wanted to see was, or I guess I did, was like, why don't you just start Fishel? Instead of putting her on at the end when players are tired, like get her on, get her moving with the starting lineup. And she got on the starting lineup, and I thought she played well. It was Fishel, and then they started her with Mondesir, which the first game that Fishel played, I saw that connection there with her and Mondesir. So that was cool to see in the starters. And going into the game, in the 3rd minute, Fishel had a shot on goal. So it started off quick.
Yeah. Fishel, I thought, looked really good out of the gate. I feel like it's going to take some time for her teammates to catch up to her creativity and kind of just her ability to retain the ball in some pretty high pressure situations. Like, they kind of need to be ready, I would say, a little bit more. Yeah, she was flicking the ball over people and shit like that, and it's just like we haven't had like that kind of finesse.
And she's strong.
Yeah,
she's a strong player that can hold other players off.
Yeah,
which we don't necessarily. I mean, we see with a lot of our players, but there are times when, especially with Mondesir, when Mondesir would, you know, get hit and fall down, which to her credit, she did get fouls for a lot this match, but Fishel just kind of powered through. And so having the forethought and the just knowledge of like, she's going to get out of this. And I think players have had to kind of figure that out with Sam Meza, because she'll go into a tackle with 2 players and come out with the ball. And it's like, oh, where's her outlet? And I think the same kind of thing with Fishel. But yeah, the first half was just kind of, we played well. I think they started off the game well. Again, a bit with having the front foot, but then they kind of get into this lull of the match where they let it come to them. And that frustrates me.
Yeah, the defense was looking super, super shaky.
That
Quite a bit.
And they kept trying to play the ball. They kept trying to switch the ball out wide to the wingbacks, up high up the midfield, and the balls were just too short and kept getting intercepted.
Yeah, it was like super easy for Louisville to read it.
So that I understand the vision there, but the execution wasn't great.
Because like you could see players getting open. It just like the ball was too short, or they would put too much on it. It just like wasn't refined.
Yeah.
To be trying that, you gotta you gotta do better. So
You gotta do better, and it's got to be the right time.
sure, yeah.
One thing I had noted from the first half was there was twice in the first half where like players' ponytails kept falling out.
I have that note too.
Do you?
I have my note says lots of ponytail adjustments.
I said everyone's hair is coming out of their ponytails.
Yeah. The other note I put was a quote from one of the commentators, which she said, "You know how I feel about eyeballs. Not my favorite."
What?
I think it was when Borges got something in her eye. Right? And so,
I feel like that's a weird thing that you would have.
Me? No, I'm
like
good with
people touching
eyes.
their eyes.
No, I've had contacts since like 7th grade. So
Yeah, that's
like
true.
I'm all good with I'm probably people probably get grossed out by how I am with my eyeballs. Like I can like if I make contacts a little weird, I'll just put it under my tongue and kind of refresh it and put it back in.
Another thing that I saw from the first half during the ponytail era of adjustments was Claudia Dickey took her gloves off, and I don't know if it's just me never noticing this before, but she had a fucking Apple Watch on under her gloves.
That's funny. Getting her
I was like,
steps in.
that cannot be comfortable.
Also getting her steps in.
Well, like I know players, like I've seen goalkeepers wear like their whoop tracker on their arm.
Yeah.
But like just wearing your straight up Apple Watch under your gloves is diabolical to me.
It's kind of funny.
Like, get it, whatever you do going there.
It's just like voice text on her watch.
45 minutes to go.
Yeah.
I did know, even without production, Mia Fischel looked to be our best player on the field.
Yeah, good promise there for
just
sure.
Skill wise. And you know, Harvey did talk about that being a long game.
Yeah. Which is like kind of reassuring because I think a lot of people are growing impatient, which is fair. Especially given like where everything's in the standings. Like you want players that you acquire like Mia Fischel to be available all the time and at their best as soon as possible. So
yeah, it takes some players longer to grow into the game, I think, and grow into the NWSL.
Well, also, and also her injury situation. There's a lot going in there.
The Royal Guard did do the Let's Go cheer in the 12th minute.
Nice.
Which was great. And the players sit right in front of the press box. And so they were all looking at her, smiling, chanting at her. Other than that, the midfield has had some issues. And that was a big part of what I felt didn't allow us to get more quality opportunities in the first half, because we couldn't control the midfield. We're having to skip lines, play those longer balls because we couldn't play through the midfield. And so they just need, Fishlock coming in the second half completely changed that, but they've got, I don't know why Sally Menti is still on the field. You look at the numbers, sure, it's fine. 75% of the time she's playing the ball backwards.
Yeah.
Defensively, she's lost.
Yeah, it's not great, which is interesting because Harvey didn't start Adamas for a really long time because of her maybe places to improve was defense, and then you've got a player who's playing where Menti is, and I'm a little like, well, that's an interesting choice. Yeah,
I won't say anything further, but it's frustrating to me to see that happening in the midfield, because it adds so much more pressure to the back line.
Sure. Especially
when you have two players dropping like Meza and Menti are.
Yeah.
And you've got Sam Meza having to cover the entire field.
Make her job easier. Like
she's not helping. There's no production there. There's nothing helpful. But I did see some positives from Huerta crossing in to Fischel. Hopefully going to be something coming out of that. But the real star of the first half, Claudia Dickey.
Maybe the star of the game, to be honest. Yeah. It continued. But yeah, the first half was definitely would not have ended 0-0 if Dickey wasn't there.
No.
So, phew.
I was really surprised she wasn't up for Save of the Week.
I feel like did they put it out today?
Yeah.
Oh, so they did wait.
But that was the first half save anyway. But I guess they had to wait till the game was over. But
yeah, weird.
Anything else you want to go over before the...
I don't really have anything else from the first half, other than the eyeball comment.
The big thing with this game was about 2 minutes into extra time at the end of the first half. Off the ball, Savannah DeMello seemed to go down and just collapse, which is scary because it's happened once this season. I feel like anybody that watches soccer internationally or even within the NWSL this year has a little trepidation, trauma.
Yeah.
With this. And this happened to be the one game that I brought my frickin' binoculars to. So I'm zoomed in. I didn't bring them yesterday. I'll say that. I was like, that was bad luck. But she collapses. They immediately call her teammates immediately call the medical team over. They come out to her. What I could tell from my binoculars was that she was out. But it was when the medical team got to her, and when the medics got to her, they put the life pack on her, and there was a member of the medical team taking her carotid pulse the entire time, and they got out the AED, but it wasn't a whole thing. So it looked to me that it was a non-cardiac issue, which was a little bit of a relief because nobody wants another Savvy King situation. But it was scary, and nobody kind of knew what to do. But it seemed that the response was really good. There were a lot of people there. And at one point I saw that she did wake up. She regained consciousness. So that's good, without any sort of assistance from machine or any person. So by the time that she was put into the ambulance and on the stretcher, she had been awake in and out. But I didn't know, I guess I missed it somehow when we were texting during this happening, that this happened earlier in the season.
Yeah, I don't know how severe it was then, but the league didn't really do the right the league had, this is probably the first time the league's done the right thing when it comes to something like this. Pretty quick response to kind of just, postpone the game, delay it, whatever you want to call it at the moment. I guess they're learning from their mistakes, which, to be fair, this isn't hopefully something that they have to deal with all the time, but it is people in situations where your heart's your heart rate's moving pretty fast, and I don't know, shit happens, right?
Yeah.
So
DeMello does have pre-existing conditions that were discovered when this happened earlier in the year.
Well, I think she got the diagnosis on what she has late last fall. So it's clearly something that she's still learning to live with and deal with and kind of try to figure out. Yeah, for sure. But yeah, this season is definitely the first time that she's kind of had to maybe face some harsh realities about how it's really going to affect her career as a professional athlete.
Yeah.
So, I mean, thoughts to her. Hopefully she gets some answers and,
And I think it was a pretty easy decision. And I think that, we have Bev Yana as the head coach of Racing Louisville, who's a legend for the Reign, who's close with Laura Harvey, right? And they know their players well. Mm-hmm. And they could see that, this game should not continue. And I couldn't see that from where I was because I had put the binoculars down at this point. But the players were extremely upset. And it was, when you see something like that happen and it just puts everything into perspective, nobody wants to come out and play the game.
Yeah.
Nobody wants to keep going. They want to know that she's okay and figure it out after that. But that's the main concern. I think for the first time ever, the league did the right thing and postponed the game. And to their credit, one of the things that I was thinking, the attendance is not great for the games, right? There was 8,091 people at this match when it was canceled or suspended. But the team is offering 2 tickets to any other game. Mm-hmm. So I think that's great. And they're doing the right thing with that. But for me, there's really, looking back on it, there's really no other choice that could have been made here.
Yeah, I think they did what they could. So I think everyone understands the situation well enough. So that's
one gripe I will put out. So they called the half, players went in while they're still dealing with this injury, but there was no in-stadium announcement. There was very little communication. the language that they used, the match has been suspended. That's not very clear language to me.
I mean, I just feel like they've clearly weren't prepared for something like this.
I mean, I understand that it's a rare occurrence, a rare situation, but there has to be some sort of protocol in place, and this is going to force you to do that, yes. But to me, and even in the press box, staff were running in and out. They're like, we'll have a update soon. And we didn't hear anything in the press box before they made the announcement in the stadium.
That's not great, but I would just probably attribute it to they've never been in that situation before. Because like the language that you're like talking about, that just sounds like what they would use for like a weather delay.
That's what I'm talking about. You need to be clearer. Is the matchup, and we were talking about that in the Sounder Heart stuff. Like they used the words abandoned, suspended, kind of interchangeably, but to me those mean two different things. So I think especially for the people in the stadium, that needs to be clearer.
Sure. Yeah.
So anyone else that has not had to deal with this, learn from it. But so we all go home, figure out, they announce the game's going to be played 72 hours later, Tuesday night at 5 p.m. to no fans. Going to be a closed door game, which was weird.
I don't know. I mean, it's weird, but like,
I mean, I don't know what else they could have done.
I mean, like COVID was like, it's not like we haven't seen games played in nothing.
No, it felt very COVID.
Yeah.
We all kind of felt we were transported back.
Yeah, that's not fun. Yeah.
They started beginning of the second half. So the players came out, did a warm up, went back to the locker room, and then just came out like they were playing the second half. And so Louisville did make a sub. They put in Katie O'Kane for Savannah DeMello. And the Raid didn't make any changes.
They made a bench change.
What do you mean?
They had someone who was on the bench that got swapped out.
Well, yeah. Apparently, if they played within 24 hours, they couldn't have done that.
Yeah.
But because it was past 24 hours, they could.
Well, it's funny because I had noted on my match notes for the first half that I had ready, I had said AMC on the bench. And then I had to put in, and then not for the second half. Because I was kind of like excited to finally see her kind of on the bench and available. But she's definitely working through something. So that was a little unfortunate. But if she's not ready to go, she's not ready to go. I don't want to force it. Yeah, so what kind of positives did you have? Because the second half's basically a new game, just a short game, right? So that kind of, that's interesting from a coaching perspective for sure, because like they had all of this shit happen, right? And then you've got to get out in front of nobody, basically. So, I mean, this is kind of a very unusual situation from a coaching perspective and a player's perspective.
I don't really think the rain changed much.
No, I mean, they were getting swarmed for a while.
Swarmed. They were getting bogged down on the Rain's right-hand side. Less than 10 minutes in the 54th minute, Louisville puts a cross into the far post, and Emma Sears is unmarked and just completely misses. It was Sears, right?
What minute?
54th.
Yep. She skied the ball really bad.
Yeah. Somebody said that was a 0.9 XG shot.
Yeah, we definitely lost the XG battle, but like at the same time, if you win the game and you lose the XG, like you've won the XG battle.
Yeah.
So I don't know. Like there was a lot of like the Rain could have easily have lost this game. The second half to me didn't look any better. The only saving grace was the substitutes, which we've seen them be starters. So that's an interesting maybe little tidbit to all this. Because Darlene came in for Fischel, which I think everybody, I don't know, I guess we could have maybe seen 45 minutes from Fischel given the whole circumstances of this game. You pointed out to me, like Harvey used her subs in the right way for this. So maybe she needs to look at everything in a 45-minute span. Wouldn't that be nice if the subs were kind of refreshed at 45? But yeah, I don't know. Things
started to change in the 73rd minute when Darlene came on for Fischel. And I think that's just because of Darlene's speed.
Yeah.
Louisville was playing a pretty flat back, and we kept trying to play Heidema in, and she just doesn't have Darlene's speed. She can hold the ball up really well, but you're not going to play her past their center backs.
Yeah, there's got to have another kind of... either they need to get on the same page or they need to have maybe somebody else to kind of, I don't know, because no one can keep up with Darlene. So there's just really that's just going to be something that she's going to have to adjust her game a little bit with in terms of kind of just holding it up a little bit, just a little bit longer.
Yeah. And so 84th minute is when Fishlock comes on for Lou Barnes.
Mm-hmm.
And I said, okay, weird. And then I realized they went to a 4-back.
Mm-hmm.
And that's when things really started to change.
Mm-hmm.
They really got Heidema involved, really got Darlene involved. Fishlock was on the ball constantly. Had some, it just started to look better.
Yeah, I mean, Heidema was really getting in everywhere. Like,
Yeah.
heading the ball everywhere. Borges had some really good marking on her, otherwise she probably would have scored.
Mm-hmm.
Lo and behold, I mean, I called Meza Old Faithful. What's Jess Fishlock's nickname for the show? Ye Old Faithful.
No.
There's like an E on the end of Grandpa Faithful. Grandpa. Yeah, so I mean, Jess Fishlock.
OG Faithful.
Yeah, just unbelievable. Wish somebody else could channel whatever the fuck she does to get these goals, but just completely clinical on the finish of that, and we get 3 points.
It's just the confidence. It's the confidence.
Yeah.
You know, and I feel like when you've got, so the ball came, I think Huerta played the ball in, and then it kind of popped off. Heidema played it to Darlene, and then Darlene fed Fishlock.
Mm-hmm.
And there's just such a command presence when Jess Fishlock is on the field.
Yeah, get her the ball.
Get her the
ball in the box.
And everyone knows where she is.
Yeah.
And
well, except for the defenders on.
Yeah.
But that's not their fault, really. There's only so much you can do to contain Jess Fishlock.
Yeah, so 90th minute, Fishlock slots it in.
Yeah. Also, there was like a little bit of, I would say, a frustration foul at the end too there from Taylor Flint.
Oh yeah.
Body checks Heidema in a totally like unnecessary way. Got a yellow card for it, which they've got yellow card accumulation, so that was just like a dumb thing to do. But we get 3 points. We're back.
Get 3 points.
On that note, because I couldn't open my beer, my celebratory beer I've had. I couldn't open it in the middle for obvious reasons, and I forgot to open up the top. But here's my little beer.
Yeah. Is this an obelisk? Yeah.
Do you pronounce it obelisk? Is it not obelisk?
Whatever.
Just curious. I always call it obelisk.
I don't know. I'm from Washington. We say weird shit.
I'm from Washington.
You live in Oregon. Doesn't count.
I was born in Seattle. What city were you born in?
Olympia.
Yeah, that's right.
It's the capital.
Anyways, 3 points. Another dub. I guess we've kind of touched on a lot of highlights. Do you want to quickly list them off just so they get their extra credit? What do you...
Positives?
Yeah.
Yeah. Jess Fishlock. Duh.
Number 1. Yep.
Claudia Dickey.
Number 2. Yep.
The formation switch up. Going to the 4-back.
Sure. Yeah.
Throwing more players up. Getting Darlene in. Made a huge difference. Which, in that sense, I also had subbing Darlene in to break the flat back line of Louisville.
Negatives.
We haven't touched on this one yet.
Oh, God. I really didn't want this to happen. I didn't want this to happen. I will say, though, for this error from Barnes, which is not... I don't like this becoming a trend, potentially, but Barnes laid in a really good pass in the first half.
Yeah.
Like an incredible fucking pass.
She had less of her errant pass moments this match than I've seen recently. I thought it was a much better game from her. Minus this one hiccup where she played the ball back and it was just slow and almost got picked off. And
yeah, that was bad. It was really bad.
I think that's the biggest thing from the rain, other than the things that I've already complained about that I won't keep going on about.
I was like, we've been going on a while for this. It was a weird game, so I feel like it's kind of hard to format it for the show. But yeah, we had 3 points, so let's not be Debbie Downers.
That's my biggest takeaway. 3 points. Yeah. Healthy players for us. That was my big thing going into this match, just because the setup and the recovery was just such a weird timeline. Mm-hmm. I was really concerned that we might have some like weird muscle injuries or something.
Yeah, that's fair. Yeah.
So I really just wanted to see everyone that was available to play. I mean, we already talked about the DeMello situation, and I'm glad she's doing well, but really wanted to see the players that we had that were playing not injure themselves unnecessarily.
Yeah.
And I don't think, I mean, we won't know until next week's availability report, but I didn't think I saw any of that.
I'm just looking at my beer can because it's really good. I just wanted to make sure I knew what it was called. It's the side quest from Obelisk. It's a New Zealand IPA.
Yeah, just different kind of hops.
It's good. I got like a jacket from them that has the same graphic on it, so I feel like I should have at least try it once.
No, I love their beer.
Yeah. Cool. Did you have any takeaways from the post-match presser? Big takeaways? Anything like that?
My big takeaway is just that the players thought the league did the right thing. There was no way they wanted to continue. Getting just the mindset, being able to play 45 minutes and that be the whole game. I mean, the big takeaway from all of it, both Claudia and Jess and the players in the Harvey one was, you know, they're glad that DeMello is awake or alive.
Yeah, like she got quick medical attention.
I mean, and you're, 3 minutes from Harborview?
Yeah, there's definitely, I'm sure, I wonder if there's any other stadium that's, I mean, I know that there's a lot of times there's hospitals nearby stadiums, but like Harborview is a very good hospital to be next to in a situation like that.
Yeah, it's the only level 1 trauma center in Washington.
That might be right, but I'm not.
It's a big one.
Field. Yeah.
But I think Harvey's presser, just talking about they did what's right for the players after the injury, after the medical emergency. And that's just what the club does. And that we talk about this a lot. You know, one reason that we're really proud to be fans of this club is that we feel like they try to do best by players, whether that be injury recovery, mental health breaks. It just seems to me that the club allows players to grow into themselves, take time off, do whatever they need to do to be the best people, and in turn become the best players they can be. That was the big thing to me, that I feel that way as a fan. And for people, especially the head coach within the organization, to have that be part of their mission just makes so much sense to me. And I feel like it shows. Yeah.
I feel like a lot of people maybe who aren't Rain fans don't get it. You know what I mean? Like, I feel like, yeah, I want to win. Obviously, I want this team to be good. And they are. They're competitive. They've won, 3-4 shields, and they're good. They're competitive, right? So they care about that side of it. But like the other side of it is just like something that you don't have to be embarrassed about. Like,
exactly.
That's kind of not easy to find in this league. So, and that starts with people like Laura Harvey.
Mm-hmm.
So that's a good segue into our cooler player of the match. Unless you got any other final thoughts you want to say about the match. Are you good?
No, I'm happy that it ended the way that it did, and that DeMello's on the up and up.
Yeah, she was, and to be fair, she was kicking her ass in the first half.
Oh god, yeah, she was terrorizing us.
And they were also still really good in the second half, but Jess Fishlock is inevitable. So, All right. Cooler Player of the Match is brought to you by The Doctor's Office, a great little 12-seat bar on Capitol Hill. The owner is a big fan of the Rain and is proud to be our very first sponsor.
We've done different iterations of this.
Sure.
For Cooler Player of the Match, but I think this is the first time we've done straight up this person.
Mm-hmm.
Cooler Player of the Match this week is the Cooler Coach of the Match, Laura Harvey.
Bam, bam, bam.
Bam, bam, bam.
Yeah, I was on the fence about giving it to Dickie or Fishlock, but
I came out of left field.
Yeah, Van was like Laura Harvey, and I was like, you know what? Yeah.
I think the subs were made at an appropriate time.
Yeah.
Which we bitched about the last 3 weeks, 4 weeks.
Especially you.
But yeah. And I just felt like her response and her ability to, after everything that happened, be able to get the best out of her players.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that Beviana's too, after her team that is even closer, to be able to get her players out and to have them compete 72 hours later after that.
Mm-hmm. They played well.
Yeah, Louisville was not a bad team.
No, they were, some would say, maybe the better team if you look at XG.
So I think Laura Harvey, cooler player, cooler/player coach of the match. She even got a yellow card, so I feel like she's on the scoreboard at some point.
Yeah, she got a yellow card from the Cooler too, so hey.
Yay!
All right. Thanks again to our sponsor, The Doctor's Office. Doctor's Office is the best place to grab a drink before or after a rain match. Check out their Instagram at TDOCL, or better yet, go drink there in person. Cheers.
Cheers.
Thank you for listening to the Sounder at Heart Podcast Network, which now includes Nos Oddities, Lobbing Scorchers, and the Cooler Guild. We've been independent since August of 2023, but need your support to make sure it continues. Although this podcast is free, it's only made possible by your continued support. Memberships start as low as $25 a year, which not only helps make podcasts like this one happen, but also gets you access to everything we produce. If you're able to support us at higher levels, starting at $75 a year, you gain access to a host of other perks, most notably entry into our members-only Discord, where the smartest, funniest, and most engaged commenters share their thoughts and ideas. To find out more, just visit sounderatheart.com and click the subscribe button in the top right corner. Thanks for listening.
All right, barring some technical difficulties, it's time for trivia. What do you got for this week?
Well, last week's question was, what year did Megan Rapinoe score the Reign's first hat trick? Did you have a guess on this?
I was gonna guess 2015.
Yeah, it was.
I figured because we did so well that year that I just figured. Yeah.
And of course, as always, I slacked and did not put it on the socials.
Yep. Great.
I will do it this week. I promise. This week's question.
Don't make promises.
I'll just do it when I get to work. This week's question, who scored the first NWSL goal for the Reign? And part 2 bonus of this question, what current NWSL player is she married to?
It's an interesting one.
Tune in next week.
Yep. All right, great. We've got some NWSL results to go over. I didn't really get to watch any of these. Again, I'm trying to... The summertime is... Also, we're quickly descending into the depths of fascism, so it's really... I'm just trying to stay out of my house as much as possible.
It's terrible.
Yeah. Anyways, San Diego played Gotham. Is San Diego on the down?
Yeah.
I got questions for them. I thought they were supposed to be really good, and it doesn't seem like it's been going that way. But Gotham beat them 2-0. Did you watch that one?
So I watched a little bit of every game.
Great.
I watched all of the highlights, which I wish the NWSL highlights weren't 10 minutes long.
Yeah.
I need a red zone.
Yeah.
Like an NWSL goal zone.
Yeah. Which they sometimes do, but it's not consistent.
No. Well, what I got from this, Ann Katrenberger is still really good.
Yeah.
Looks great in her new haircut. It looks fierce, if you will. Of course, Jaden Shaw with Gotham now.
Mm-hmm.
Scored a great header on a pass by Howell. I voted for Howell's ball into the boxes assist of the week.
Yeah, she's balling out there.
Yeah, I'm glad she found somewhere.
I mean, I think she could have done that here, but I trade and everything that went along with it. It's fine.
Yeah.
But, I did think she was going to go to Denver immediately, and maybe she still will because they extended her.
Mm-hmm.
And so maybe their plan is to get more money out of her, but she seems pretty settled in there, and I would have a hard time wanting to leave there.
Yeah, especially with the amount of playing time she's getting. And
for sure. And the quality around her.
Mm-hmm.
Do you have anything else from that game?
No, that was it.
North Carolina Courage played Angel City. Courage won that one. Surprising. 2-1. Angel City sucks. But they won 2-1. What'd you get from that one?
The first North Carolina goal, Manaka, who played really, really well this game. I think she's a little underappreciated.
But she's just on a rough team right now. I think that's what it is.
Angel City started their new German defender, Dorsen, and Manaka just fleeced her.
Oof.
And put the ball in. The next North Carolina goal, the cross came in. Giselle Thompson, kind of stopped it in the 6-yard box, but dead balled it right onto the penalty box.
It's tough.
And North Carolina's Pinto just blasted it in. Good shot. Angel City did claw back one back in the 88th minute. Johnsdotter's first goal for Angel City.
Is it Johnsdotter?
Johnsdotter. I don't know. I'm not
one
Icelandic.
day we'll be versed in every single nationalities names.
I can say Lujamila correctly now.
We got that one now, one at a time. Orlando played Bay FC. I don't know. Orlando got the Chicago win. I guess that's what we should call it for them now.
Yeah.
Because they're just in a fucking situation. It's not good. Ali Watt scored? Got called back, looks like.
Oh, she did end up scoring, but there was a lot of VAR this weekend. Another offside VAR call. Kundananji looked really good.
Yeah.
I don't know if Oshuala leaving made her feel more responsibility or what.
Sure.
She played really, really well. She scored a header after a terrible clearance by Orlando's goalkeeper, Crone, who I didn't know much about her.
I was like, I haven't heard that name really.
It was her second NWSL game since May 3rd when she came on against Portland after Reyes kneed Morehouse in the head.
Yeah.
So, and she made some good saves. So it was just a little unfortunate one. Marta scored. That one was called back for a handball. And then Ali Watt ended up scoring in the 70th minute, assisted by Ovalle.
Good for Watt before she leaves.
KC Washington tied 0-0. This one was always going to be tough.
Yeah.
For either team to kind of get through. Hal Hirschfeld did get a second yellow in the 66th minute and red carded. So she'll be out for the next game.
I was like lucky for anybody who has to play the Spirit next.
Yeah. The other note I had from this is Tara McKeown is good.
Yeah.
She saved one, not quite off the line, but Kingsbury came out, didn't quite get the ball, and attacking player got it and shot, and she was behind Kingsbury and was able to clear the ball out.
Was this game in KC or is it at...
It was in Orlando, in KC, yeah.
Okay. Well, it's good to know that they can get shut out.
Yeah. We are back in Chicago win territory. They tied Portland 1-1. Portland went ahead on a Moultrie free kick. And then Bia Franklin scored a goal after the ball bounced around 100 times in the box in the 6. And Portland's defense did nothing.
I feel like I see a lot of those instances with Portland of just like scrambling around the box and just I feel like they've gotten really lucky on not letting those kind of things get into the back of the net. But there's always seems to be a hot mess. Yeah,
the next game was probably the biggest surprise for me of the weekend. Utah 2, Houston 0.
Didn't Utah just beat Portland?
Yeah.
This is an interesting turn of events.
And they scored early, right at the 4-minute mark. Great goal. And then they scored again, but again, VAR came back, called for offside. And then to finish off scoring, Paige Moynihan scored a golazo from outside the box. It must have been 25 yards out. So yeah, Utah up 2-0 on Houston. So go Utah.
I would say most of the results were pretty much in our favor as best as things could have been.
Yeah, no real blowouts, no big changes on goal differential.
Yeah, it seems like teams are taking the standings very seriously and know the implications are big.
Yeah.
But yeah, so speaking of that, Reigns' next match, they're playing KC in KC. Oh God, I'm scared. It's gonna be Saturday, September 20th, 4:30 p.m. on Ion. Thank God it's not on the Dictator TV. It's really after we had to we had to record the second half of this podcast in the morning, so I just read the news after we finished up about Jimmy Kimmel getting canceled.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm not like a Jimmy Kimmel fan. I don't really give a shit about him.
I know everybody on the internet's like, don't make me defend Jimmy Kimmel right now.
I don't like him. But like things are bad, and I'm really upset about the situation to be able to watch NWSL and the streaming partners that they have. So when a game's on Ion, I will happily take it.
Shout out to Sounder at Heart for allowing our free speech.
Yeah, thank you. Anyways, KC is on 50 points. I'm pretty sure they've already clinched the playoffs.
They have.
Okay. They probably will clinch the Shield very soon. Reign are on 30 points, so they're in 6th place. They are tied with 3 other teams on 30 points, so, win would do a lot here, obviously. If you could also, get the goal differential. They use goal differential, right? Not wins for the tiebreaker, so... It's going to be a big ask against KC, but we were, fun fact, the last team to beat Kansas City, and they're currently on a 13-game unbeaten streak, so that's not fun to hear, but streaks are also meant to be broken. And then another fun fact, they have Kansas City has only allowed 10 goals this season, best in the league. They've also scored 38 goals, which is also best in the league. So, all that being said, what do you want to see?
I want to see more control and possession in the midfield, which is going to be difficult in this match.
Mm-hmm.
But I think if they can start working the ball through the midfield instead of trying to skip it, it'll help possession and help kind of control the match and not make it be so erratic with those long switching balls that are going to get intercepted.
Do you think I feel like someone needs to ask about James Turner, but do you think James Turner starts with Meza?
I would hope so.
I know. I got questions about what's going on there.
Well, she came in last match.
Yeah, but I would like to see us... I feel like we were doing really well when we had them starting consistently together.
Well, the Sally Menti experiment
continues.
Anyway, that will be my thing. I want to see who starts in the midfield.
Sure. I was like, I think after this last game, Jess definitely has to come off the bench.
Absolutely. We're not going to probably have a lot of offensive opportunities, but I do feel like we're going to get crosses in the box.
Mm-hmm.
And I would like for those to be taken advantage of, get shots on goal when we have the opportunity.
It's not going to be easy either. They're going to have to really, really be clinical, which has been an issue for us. Maybe make some more chaos, though, right? Just load it up.
Yeah. I think Darlene's going to start in this game.
That seems smart to me.
Just with the speed KC have up top.
Yeah.
I think you leave Barnes in.
Uh-huh. I want the 4-back again.
Yeah, that just makes you pretty vulnerable.
Yeah, against KC, I guess.
And I think that's kind of a subbing opportunity.
Yeah.
Because, Barnes doesn't need to play the whole match.
Sure.
So the ability to have that change and have that change have worked the week before. I don't know. I think you start this one off conservatively. What about you? What do you want to see?
I don't know. Maybe this is greedy, but I want to see Jordan Heidema score.
Yeah.
She scored.
Well, I think that's part of the get the ball into the box.
Yeah. I read they put like little facts sometimes when you go look at the match on like Google, the preview or whatever. And Jordan Heidema has scored 3 times versus Kansas City. She scored a brace against them last year when we lost 5-2.
That game was so brutal.
It was so bad, but she did get on the score sheet, so that's like notable. And I think she was the only player like traveling to KC who scored multiple goals against them since Sophia Wilson. So it doesn't happen often in KC. If you get a draw or you get like a 1-0 result, you're going to feel really, really good about the team that you have, and it's going to be a really big challenge.
And I think the team has to remember as well, they've beaten them.
Yeah, this year.
they have the ability to get a result out of this match.
Yeah.
And I know that it's hard as fans going into it and seeing KC on this just absolute tear.
Yeah.
And to forget that they are beatable.
And they're going to want to lose before the playoffs.
Well, I wish this game was later in the season because they might be resting people, but
I mean, they could be resting people still, though.
Yeah.
Because isn't there like, at some point there's going to be an international thing going on.
But honestly, they probably want to see us in the playoffs.
Well, then they should let us win.
I don't know. I think this game looks daunting, but it'll depend on which team shows up.
Yeah, I guess I won't be surprised by any result, is how I feel. I could see us getting our asses kicked. I hope that doesn't happen. And if it does happen, it's just kind of like, clearly we cannot match up with this KC team, who are going to be going down as one of the most elite teams in NWSL history.
I would say most regular season dominant.
Yeah, I mean, they've got to finish it out, just like Orlando did last season.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I also would like to see Claudia Dickey absolutely ball out.
Yeah, she's really going to have to show up for this one.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah, I don't know. We'll see what happens. I'm a little stressed about it, but we'll just go out there and have fun.
Have fun, girls.
Yeah, that's what can you do? Teams above you by 20 points. And we were how bad last season?
Terrible.
Yeah. I think that's pretty much all we got now that we can finally finish up this episode in the morning.
Yeah, I apologize to everyone. We were recording last night and had some major audio issues. So now it's 7:00 in the morning and we are recording the second half of this episode.
We can't really get to the bottom of what's been causing our audio issues. So hopefully we get that figured out at some point. But it seems to work for about 40 minutes usually. And it just gives out.
Yeah.
Anyways, you got any shout outs?
Shout out to the Seattle Storm.
We'll see if that continues. But yeah,
I don't know if this will age well, but fighting back in that second playoff match.
For sure. They got completely slaughtered the first game, so
they were down by 10 going in the fourth quarter, and I was just like, "Oh, hey, this is fine."
It's all that
another shout out to Dominique Malonga.
Yeah,
absolute 19-year-old baller.
I know. I'm kind
of. I
hope
she's friends with Jordan Bug.
I guess I just like seeing pictures of really tall people with anybody. Maybe a picture with her and Jess Fishlock would be really, really fun.
Yeah, that would be good.
Cool.
You have any shout outs?
No, I don't think so. I don't really, no. Nope.
Okay.
Thanks again to our sponsor, the Doctor's Office. As always, you can follow us on Bluesky and Instagram at Cooler Guild Pod.
You can shoot us an email. We love an email, thecoolerguild@gmail.com. or you can visit us on our main page, sounderheart.com/the Cooler Guild.
We're on YouTube, youtube.com/@the-Cooler-Guild. Please go rate 5 stars wherever you're listening. Till next time, I'm Coop.
I'm Van.
Stay cool, y'all.
Stay cool.
What happened?
He keeps flicking the door handle, trying to get in here, and then he wants out the window.
Okay.
Sorry. I'm going to actually just go put him outside.
Okay.
I'm going to...
Okay. So, went mountain biking, went to the river. Now that Van's cat is outside and won't be grumpy.